What is going on, guys? Double R here, back again today with another video. Today I'm going to show you guys the very simple maintenance on a Supercharged VQ37. Today we're going to be changing the supercharger oil on my V3 SI supercharger blower. So first off, this is actually a self-contained supercharger oil unit, which means that the supercharger is in the actual rear casing. It doesn't go through a pump, it doesn't go through an oil line, it's just a drain line that keeps the oil inside of the unit. So we actually have a custom oil drain line because the stock one that you get with this, because of how big this blower is, it actually rubs against the frame, and the oil drain line actually comes out the bottom at a 90-degree angle, which rubs against the frame. Over time, it just rubs through that steel braiding and all your oil slips out without you knowing. And if this unit has absolutely no oil in it, that's really bad for the bearings, the impeller. Your supercharger is basically ruined at that point. So we want to make sure that that doesn't happen. I contacted my friends out in Taiwan. I'm gonna put their link in the description. Again, as always, they're always helping me out with this kit. So they've sent me a custom oil drain line. It's actually angled at like a 45-degree angle, just barely misses the frame, which is perfect because now it doesn't rub against it, and it makes it really easy to be able to do these oil changes now on the supercharger. All right, so what's real convenient about this oil drain line is it's literally right under the supercharger, and they've cut it to perfect length to where I could reach it with my fingers, tie it to any one of these hoses with a zip tie, and it completely gets out of the way of these pulleys, which is awesome. Last time the oil drain line was really long. I didn't feel like looping it, bending it. I didn't want to put any kinks in it, so I had to run it all the way down to the transmission, and I actually had to zip tie it to one of the wires down there, and it was really annoying to get to. And now that I have it all the way up here, it's real convenient because now all I have to do is just run it down to the sway bar, and that's just a lot easier to access. Now I can just open up this cap down there, drain out all the oil, and I don't have to worry about just climbing completely under the car. So I already unzip tied it. We're just gonna roll it all the way down to the bottom of the engine bay, and it should reach the sway bar. All right, so right before we crack that bottom oil drain line, we're gonna crack this top oil drain plug on the supercharger, which is just held on by an Allen key. Just crack that open, and we should be able to just take this off. Make sure that when this comes off, the washer comes off with it, so that way you can ensure that it goes back on. This is really crucial. See how the washer came off? It's in there. We want to make sure that we grab that. Perfect. And we'll just put that back on. We'll keep this safe. Now we could go ahead and open up the bottom oil drain line. All right, so normally when I go about emptying out this oil drain line, I use a water bottle, and we just had one laying around. There's not really much oil in this supercharger. There's only about 4 ounces of oil, or like 4 ounces of oil exactly. I'll go over that in a minute. That's a really crucial point about this oil change, is the fact that you need a very specific amount of oil in the self-contained unit. But we're just gonna go ahead and take these 2 vice grips and just crack this open. It's not too hard. I think it's only torqued to like 18 foot-pounds or something like that. It's not really an insane amount. See, now I can loosen it with my fingers. There's gonna be a little spill. There we go. Alright, now that's gonna drain for a minute. As you see, I got basically the whole entire line in there. We're just gonna wait for that to drip out. Here, let's show you. Patient like me, you just want to get all the oil out within a couple of seconds. You see this little hole right here? This is what I call the blowhole. You just all right, so like I said, this is very, very crucial to changing out the supercharger oil, is the kind of oil you use and how much you use. So I got this directly from Vortec themselves. This is the synthetic supercharger oil that's specifically meant for these V3 Vortex supercharger blowers, or the Paxton, what is it? Or the Paxton SL superchargers, which are also self-contained. This is exactly 4 ounces, and this is really crucial. You need to use this whole entire bottle, only one, no more, no less, into this supercharger. If you spill any, you might want to drain the rest out, and you might want to use another bottle. They come in a pack of 3. You're able to buy them in a pack of 3. They're not that much. I think it's like 40 bucks for the whole entire pack. And you just want to make sure that you have the correct amount, because if you don't, it's not lubricated correctly. You could cause a lot of friction, ruin the bearings, and it's terrible for your supercharger. So make sure you use 1 full bottle of this, no more, no less. All right, so let's go ahead, let's open this up. It's as simple as just opening the cap up, putting the nozzle on that they give you from Vortec when you order it. I'll stick some sort of thicker needle because this takes a while for it to come out. So now that this pretty much is drained out, no more is dripping, you can see that this supercharger oil is sludgy. This other one's a lot clearer. You can see straight through it. This one I can't, even though it's in a water bottle. Yeah, this is no good. We're gonna go ahead and compare this to the new oil that we have. But for now, we're just gonna close up this oil drain line, so that way when we're ready, we could go ahead and fill up our oil. It's real easy access. All I had to do is jack the car up once. Even if this thing fell out, it couldn't even drag across the floor. That's what I really love about this setup, is it's literally flush with the frame. There's nothing that could drag on it, snatch it if it fell out. It's a really good design by them. All right, so now that we got this tied up, I'm actually gonna let it hang. We're gonna fill up the supercharger, let the oil fill up all this drain line, and then we'll pull it back up and zip tie it to the original hose we had it on. See through, if I took the sticker off, you'd be able to tell the difference. But I mean, this is like a clear red and this is like almost black. This just shows after only 1,500 miles how dark your supercharger oil can go. Like I said, you don't want none to spill out. Bring it real close, shove it in there, and just squeeze. Try and make sure that none spills, and if it does, just take out your nozzle, readjust, do the least amount of damage as possible. Just like everything. You don't want to torque it down too much, like not ultra tight, because you don't want to strip anything. And the washer's already there, so it's gonna seal it up pretty nicely. And it's all made out of metal, so it's not like it's rubber or anything. It's all sealed tight. So just make sure that it's tight enough, hand tight. You don't need to torque this thing down with a gun. Just take your Allen key, make sure it's not gonna get any tighter, and just leave it at that. That's tight, that's not falling through, and we'll just cut that little excess. All right, so now that we got the supercharger oil in the supercharger blower, we got everything tied up. We're gonna make sure that nothing leaks. We're gonna turn on the car, we're gonna let it run idle for a little bit, and then once everything is up to temp, we'll go out, we'll do a few test runs, because I know you guys want to see that, and then that's really it. Really simple to maintain this thing. As long as you know what you're doing and you have everything dialed in, this car is a blessing, man. It's easy to start up. It's turnkey every single day, basically like it's off the lot. I love this kit. You just got to take care of it. forgot to do the thing with the under tray. Yeah. You know? Gauges, man. Look. I got all the beeps. Everything beeps in this car. Now, one run. These tires, I think, are at like 17 PSI. They're pretty low. There are AAA8s, and honestly, it's been so cold out that they haven't been sticking really well, and I have no idea why. So I can't really do a burnout because my E85 map doesn't allow me to, but my 93 map does. So we're just gonna see if we can maybe hook it right here. Yeah, nope. Nothing at all. Slow this person down a little bit. It's okay. Ready? You think he fast? Fast. I'll follow him. I'm racing that man right there.
You can definitely hear that. Oh, he can hear it now. He rolled his window down. That's so loud.
Oh, we're racing. Oh, it's happening. You don't want it! What the hell? Why do you run away? I don't understand. People don't want to race this car. Sounds like a damn spaceship. I like DTSC. Yay! Everything's good. We still have a little belt residue on the top mounted pulley. I've been dealing with that for, I don't know. Ooh.
What?
We left that in there. And it didn't get touched. I gotta stop leaving shit in my fucking engine.
You know what I bet you
man.
didn't grab either?
What?
The Allen key?
No, I didn't. It's fine. I didn't. I totally didn't. But it's all good though. This is working on superchargers. We're wrong. Alright, but like I was saying before we got rudely interrupted, we still have a little belt residue on this top mounted supercharger pulley, which means that we have static friction somewhere. It's definitely not this top mounted pulley because it's brand new, and it could be the still tensioner, which I'm debating on getting rid of. So as you guys see, if you guys come back here, there's 4 different pulleys back here. 2 of them actually, so one of them's a jack shaft pulley, one of them's the pulley on the rear of the supercharger blower. We got 2 tensioner pulleys, one's a top mount, one's a bottom mount from Stillen, the top mount's from Taiwan. So the Stillen one is what I was having a problem with because of all the tension that we've had on top. Now what I'm having a problem with is the fact that the Stillen one is actually causing too much tension. So this top mount tensioner actually suffices with all the belt slack that comes from the top. That's where I was getting all my slippage from, is all this belt slack being risen up because all the tension is on the bottom and there was nothing to support it up here. Now that we have this supporting it up here, there's no way for the supercharger belt to actually bow on the bottom due to the way that it spins. So technically speaking, what I'm trying to say is there's actually no use for the Stirling tensioner other than just acting as a second tensioner. So there's been some word going around that I can kind of just, that I might just be able to use the top mount tensioner alone, and that should be able to suffice without the actual Stirling bottom mount tensioner. Let me know what you guys think. I've had some issues with belt slippage in the past, you guys know, and ever since I put this on, we've been able to figure it out and tame it. I'm kind of scared to go back at it and touch it, but it actually makes a lot of sense to get rid of it, and it makes it a lot easier to work on. So that's really the only thing that we need to work on as far as running this car to where it's 100% consistent without any flaws. The coolant stayed cold. I don't see any spills anywhere, no oil leaked out. So the only thing that we have to deal with here is our belt residue and a broken under tray, but we'll worry about that later. But yeah, so that's really it, guys. That's how you change supercharger oil on a Stirling VQ37 supercharger kit. This is from a Stirling kit. We have an air-to-air. I know a lot of you guys probably have that kit. A lot of you guys been asking me about this kit. I know a lot of you guys who want to get this kit, and there's not really many videos out there on how to maintain or what to really do once you have this kit. So I thought I'd provide this for you guys since we had to go and do it today, give a couple of runs, and just kind of promote this kit because I really do love it. It's a great daily driver, and I really like how consistent this kit is. So I appreciate you guys for watching, guys. If you want any other maintenance videos as far as what to do with a supercharger VQ37, I'd be more than happy to provide these videos for you guys. Please put it down in the comment section below. Make sure to share this video with your friends and subscribe to this channel. But that's gonna be it, guys. I'm Double R, and I'm out. Peace.